Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can quickly create bird's eye views, worm's eye views, and standard views using a standard 2-point perspective box. So when you're drawing a box, you want to make sure that the edge that's closest to the viewer is the longest edge. And let's just consider a scenario where we put a smaller line that is parallel to our existing line. And we'll put that line in such a way where it is roughly somewhere in the middle. It doesn't have to be exact, somewhere in the middle. So we're going to go ahead and create a trapezoid. And we can extend this box out as far as we want. So we'll just go ahead and put a line over here. And then we'll connect that line. So this is a standard 2-point perspective box. And what we could do now is let's just repeat that by drawing our largest line. But this time what we'll do is we'll put our smaller line up above. And let's make a trapezoid. Now we can see that we have a view where we see more of the top of our object. I'll move this off to the side. And now let's consider the scenario of putting the line on the bottom. What you want to remember is this, that you have vanishing points. These are going to somehow intersect at some point in space, as are these lines over here. Right? So you want to keep in mind the two different vanishing points. This is vanishing point 1, this is vanishing point 2. In this case we have vanishing point 1 over here. We have vanishing point 2 over here. And that means these rays will converge to the same point. They will connect, they will contact each other. And here we go, here's the third set over here. So VP1, VP2. And if we wanted to make it even more pronounced, what we could do is we could really raise that line. And you can see more of the top. So these go towards vanishing point 1. And these will go towards vanishing point 2. Now it might be off the page and that's totally fine. But drawing this box in proper perspective just simply means that you want to keep in mind that you want to avoid parallel lines. You always want to kind of angle them in to suggest that they're going to hit a vanishing point, as opposed to two parallel lines which will never ever connect. They will keep going off in space. These two lines right here will connect. And this is one of the issues that I see with a lot of student drawings when they're drawing in 2-point perspective, or they're attempting to do this. They first of all feel that they have to be very precise and formal, and they have to use rulers and guides. And yes, if you're doing something very technical, absolutely. But if you're just trying to imply 2-point perspective, the biggest thing that you want to keep in mind is the edge that's closest to the viewer is going to be the longest edge. And where you put the other lines is entirely up to you, and it depends upon whether or not you want to have a, like a standard view, like a eye level view, or if you want to have a bird's eye view. Or you want to have a worm's eye view. And so this is something that I think if you practice drawing these boxes in your sketchbook, I think it'll really help you out, and you'll be able to draw cars and vehicles and buildings and other things that require that understanding of perspective. And the best part about this is you don't have to construct an elaborate 2-point perspective grid. Now, just to finish this technique off here, if you wanted to somehow imply a 3-point perspective, right? So you'll still have the longest edge. We'll just start out with our standard box. And this is the way I do it, so it's by no means the way, but it's just the way that I do it. So we have one vanishing point here, we have another vanishing point going somewhere off. Like, we'll just go ahead and connect these rays, right? So 3-point perspective simply means you have a third vanishing point. And in this particular case, let's just say that we want the vanishing point to be at the bottom. Well, in that case, if I draw this third vanishing point, we'll call it VP3, then what I want to do is I want to make sure that the lines that are originally parallel, I want to make sure that they converge towards the same vanishing point. So I will have to skew them like so. And I'll just roughly kind of pencil that in. So this becomes my new box. So I have 3 vanishing points now. I've got vanishing point 1, vanishing point 2, vanishing point 3. So essentially, these lines will all taper towards a third vanishing point. So how can you apply this? Well, if you wanted to go ahead and draw a car, you start with the box. And let's just consider, for the sake of argument here, that we have a car where we're seeing more of the bottom of the car. So I'll start with that box. And let's just go for an antique car. And so we've got the lamps. We have the glass. This glass will also converge back towards the same vanishing point. And we'll draw some ellipses. So now we have a view where we're looking up at this car. And in a 3/4 angle, the tires will look elliptical. And maybe I think I exaggerated this vanishing point a little bit too much. It'll be something like that. Right. Now if I wanted to look at the same car head on, then what I would do is draw my 2 lines. And this is more along the lines of where we're just looking at the car straight on. That is, we're not above it or we're not below it. So this is like a straight on view. And now let's do one where we're looking from a more bird's eye view. So what we'll do is we'll just exaggerate this box. So here you would see more of the windshield. And so here you'd see the top. So this is how you can quickly work through your different perspective angles. The key to remember is that you want to draw the box in such a way that you imply vanishing points. So I hope you found this tip to be useful. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.